tingles we fly by. Welcome to the Tamaki Maori Village. Well, this is actually the visitor center. Obviously, you can tell I'm not actually Maori, but I do work here in the visitor center just to direct everybody on what you'll be doing and telling you about your tour a little bit tonight while you wait for the buses to arrive. So right now, all the buses are making their way all around the village of Rotorua, picking up all our various guests for this evening, and then they'll all meet us here at the visitor center. Once they arrive at the visitor center, you will go onto your bus as well, and then they will take you to the Tamaki Maori Village, which is just a short 10 to 15 minute drive here from the visitor center. So do you have your ticket? Yes? Okay, can I have that? Okay, let's look here. Yep, so you're on the Weka bus, it looks like. And you will be having Dennis as your bus driver. That's great. And 2 of you tonight. That's absolutely wonderful. So here's your ticket. So just give this. You only need the 1 ticket for the both of you. And Dennis is quite a hoot. He'll definitely be able to help you out. So once you get onto your bus, then you and the other occupants of the bus will need to select your leader for the night. So the leader is a very important position, and this will be the person who represents the group at the welcoming ceremony and a couple other functions through the night, and will lead the group in their various activities. So just keep an eye out and choose the person you think is best suited for that position. Could even be one of you. So you will choose the leader while you're on the bus ride there, and then the first thing, so the buses will take you to the parking lot, and then you'll walk up to the entranceway for the Tamaki Maori Village. So the townspeople will come in on a wooden canoe, and there'll be some women singing, and they kind of are powerful warriors, the men who will be there. And so they come, and then you have the welcoming ritual. And so this is where your leader is important, because they take part in the ritual between your leader and the leaders of the village to basically accept you or reject you from coming into the village. So it's kind of just a time for them to assess you and determine whether you're legit and okay to come into the village, to make sure that it's not nefarious purposes that you're coming in. So that will be the welcoming ritual. After that, then you will be led into the village, and this is a really neat part. So in this part you break up into a bit smaller groups, and in these smaller groups you get to go through these different stations through the village and learn different things about the Maori culture, particularly from this area. And so you have, for example, you'll have people teaching you about basket weaving and how they use the long flax plant and how that was turned into their different weavings, and they'll actually show you how that's made for clothing and that sort of thing. You'll also see there's another one where you get to learn traditional female Maori dancing, where they use the balls on the string and swirl them around, so they'll teach you a little bit about that. And then you'll also go, so there's another one where you get to learn the haka, so that's pretty neat, and they really make you get into it. You have to get your facial expressions right, and it's but just very important to be very respectful, because this is something that's very important to the Maori people, so just obviously maintain that respect while you are learning about these things. They'll also teach you about their fishing and hunting, and those are pretty neat. And I'm trying to think what else we do. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, and they'll teach you about their use of fire and that sort of thing. Oh, and they'll also teach you about the traditional Maori tattoos. And so they'll show you on their faces and what they mean. The women's that come just around the chin, and then the men that have the full face. So that's probably one of my favorite parts, is just getting to hear them talk about these really interesting tattoos and what they mean and the importance they carry for that culture. So after you have the bits going through the village, then they'll take you over to the Hangi pits, and you get to see the lowering of the Hangi into the ground. And so a Hangi is a delicious way of cooking, and it's the traditional way that Maoris have cooked. And so they put the meats and the veggies into kind of baskets. So they put them into like metal baskets, and then they also put in volcanic rocks. So because this is obviously quite a rich geothermal area, there are lots of volcanic rocks around, and so they use those heated rocks and then add steam. They add water in, which creates steam, and so they use that steam to cook. So they put all of that into the pit in the ground and then cover it up with dirt to maintain all that heat within the pit itself. And so you get all of this food is cooked underground, so it's quite neat to see it all lowered in. So that you'll get to see it all get lowered in, and then you go to the presentation hall. And so this is just a really fun cultural presentation for you. You get to see traditional Maori singing and dancing, and so that lasts for about 30 minutes. And so that's very fun and interesting. And they will teach you a bit more about the Maori culture as well. So the thing that is really important, and they will probably talk about this later, is that a lot of the Maori culture began to be lost because of integration into Western society and that sort of thing. And so just even these sort of tour experiences, this is part of what allows them to really maintain and keep those roots to that Maori culture. And so for young people growing up, it allows them something to aspire to as well, to be able to run these tours and be able to be the warriors and that sort of thing, and teach other people about their culture. So we do really thank you for coming on this tour, because it does mean a lot to all of these people and to maintaining this culture on the world. So we thank you very much. So after that presentation, then we'll take you to the dining hall, where you get to partake of the feast. So there are complimentary beverages that are included in your tour price, which would be your waters, coffees, and teas. but there will also be a bar open if you wanted to purchase any beverages. So there's a variety of beers and wines, juices, and iced teas, that sort of thing. So if any of those interest you, then you can purchase those at the bar. Otherwise, then this is where you'll get to have your Hangi feast. And in true Maori fashion, we encourage you to eat and eat well. So be sure to really enjoy the food that you get there. So there will be chicken and pork that's been cooked in the hongi, and then you also have potatoes, carrots, and kumara. Oh, the kumara is so good. And then there will be some salads and other veggies that weren't cooked in the hongi. So yeah, they'll introduce you table by table, so we can see here your table 4. So just go up with table 4, and that's when you'll partake of your delicious feast. So after the main course, there will be a dessert course as well. You'll be served a pavlova. There's also a custard, which you can get with peaches and other fruits to put in that. And then, of course, have a delicious chocolate cake as well. Just have to throw that in. So, there's plenty of time to talk to other guests and interact there in the Hangi Feast Hall. And there's also a small gift shop there. So if there's anything that kind of catches your eye, or if you'd like to see what you can get there, there are different items that you can get there, such as Rotorua muds or carved items representing the Tamaki Village, or even just Rotorua items as well. So it's always fun to have a little bit of a look around the gift shop. Yeah. Then after that, that will conclude your night. So you'll get back onto the Weka bus. Do remember it's Weka, and make sure that you're on with Dennis. And he'll bring you back here to the visitor center, where you'll be able to get off, and everyone else will be taken back to their hotels. Okay? No, I think you'll have a lovely night. We're really excited to have you. And I think if I do see Dennis is here, so you should be able to board. So here, I'll give you your ticket back. So take that, and have a lovely, lovely evening. I hope you really